Hello everyone, this is Jen. We are down for some Mellow Out Sunday this evening. Remember, this one is totally chill, slow, stretchy. And if there is any particular area that you're feeling particularly in need of moving or stretching or anything else, just type it on in the chat and we'll make sure we get to it. I was thinking we hadn't done like kind of smaller things lately, so I thought we'd work on just a little bit of finger stuff and kind of trickle our way. Is this up or down? Yeah, kind of go in that direction, working our way up through wrists and then elbows inside, outside, and then kind of up our arms, shoulders, and that type of stuff. Hey, Molly. But yeah, if you have anything else, I know hips are always popular. Yes. So I feel like it's like a little like professor sweater, but it's kind of cropped. And so I thought it would be something that's easy to like have on when we get started and we're a little bit colder, and then just take off when we need. And these pants. Oh, Molly, you have not seen these pants yet. They are wide leg, and like anytime you lie down, they totally just come up. So they're so crazy, but I like them. All right. Anyway, it is that time, so let's go ahead and get started. We'll just do cross of the left leg in front of our right leg in a super comfortable seat. Whatever feels good to you is great. And then relax your hands just on your lap or down on the floor if you prefer that. And take a moment here just to close down your eyes, feel your shoulders drop away from your ears on your exhale. Nice full deep inhale, breathe deep, get tall. On your exhale, stay tall, relax your face, soften your jaw, feel your shoulders drop down away from your ears. Do that again, full deep inhale. And long, slow exhale. Good. Your next inhale, open your eyes. So I wanted to do a couple of like wrist and fingery things. Face your palm outward and then gently lower it down toward the floor. So I see the soft part of your wrists. So I just did that one at a time really slowly. But in this seated position, it might feel like you don't have enough leverage to get your palm all the way down to the floor, and that's just fine. Hopefully you already feel some of the things simply by working your palms gently toward the floor. So soft part of your elbow out and gently lower your palms best you can down toward the floor. Good. And then from here, we'll undo the right one real quick. So keeping your left palm down, let's take each individual finger. Right now, my fingers are a little bit bent like so. I'm just gonna take each individual one, lift it, and then place it back down. Best I can, a little bit straighter. And just by doing the thumb, it popped back up, but I could feel a huge, tremendous stretch through this front side area just by lifting my thumb. So take your time, and then once you've done that very deliberately for one digit, you're gonna continue on with the rest of your digits. So if it feels like it's too much to lift, you can also scoot your legs a little bit closer to your hand so it makes it slightly more accessible. I'm gonna go wrap around from behind so we can see. And we'll take that second finger, and then press it down, get it flat. Good. And then while you've done that second one, make sure that first one is still relatively flat. Okay. And let's move on to that third finger. Lift it and straighten it, lower it, and then check in with your second and first once you've done that. It's like easier said than done, right? You work on one digit and the other digit has like popped up on you. Okay, we have 3 down. We have 2 more to go. So take that fourth one so you can straighten it out a little bit longer and then place it down very deliberately, as much surface area as possible back down to the floor. And again, as I've looked to the first 3 fingers, they've already somewhat bent. So I'm just gonna try again to place them back down. And we're just warming up, so it's okay if they don't stay like that forever. It's like the whack-a-mole. The moment you whack them down, they pop back up and you're like, ah. And then try your 5th one, place it down. Hopefully that one's the shortest one or one of the shorter ones at least. And maybe it'll be easier to keep long and straight. Okay, once we have that, it's just best we can hang out here. And then if you can afford to do so, take this shoulder, relax it down, right? And simply by doing that, you've changed your angle, right? Kind of moved it a little bit deeper, I should say acute, right? So a little bit smaller of an angle. And hopefully, again, you stretch more, you feel it highlighted more through your front side of your forearm area. Good, we'll take one more breath here so you can straighten out your fingers best you can. Good. And then your next breath, take your right palm and then place it on top of your left and just give yourself a gentle nudge downward, whether it is a massage from the front to the 5th finger, or you want to keep it in one place and hold it down there, whatever it is. Check again with your shoulders that totally want to hike on you. And we'll spend here just a little bit longer for 4, for 3, that's right, for 2, yes, for 1, and then gently, gently let go of your right hand, and then gently let go of your left hand. Feels like your left arm does not want to work anymore. It's okay. Good, and let's do just a couple of flicks with our left fingers. Perfect. Swap out your legs while you do that. Lean back, switch, right leg in front of left. And let's do our other side. So your fingers face you, palm is making its way toward the floor. And I like to go as close as possible, then it doesn't feel quite so strained. And it's totally normal if you see, like me, my palm doesn't actually want to make its way down. I think with time, as we're doing this kind of slowly, it'll start to make its way down just with gravity, with time, with patience, all those different ingredients. Okay, so spend some time here, see how this feels, see if you can drop this right shoulder down and away. And again, we'll start to straighten out these fingers. So from here, I'm gonna straighten out this thumb. All right, I'm gonna pick it up and then best we can, really take time to flatten this thumb out. And then as you release your left hand off of your thumb, see if you can maintain, right? Once you've positioned it, see if you can maintain it. And it's, again, easier said than done, so not to worry if it pops back up, because we have 4 more fingers to go. So I'm just gonna go from behind here, pick up this index, and just very carefully start to straighten it. And this is particularly good if you're used to doing kind of more crawly, bent finger type of things, because such as climbing, just because we don't want to get into a situation where our fingers no longer can straighten or want to straighten or feel like super uncomfortable straightening. So we have 1 and 2. Check with your 1. My 1 has lifted already. So I'm going to replace. And again, you can always scoot your legs a little bit closer if you find that to be slightly easier with your shoulder kind of more stacked over your wrist. Okay, we have 1 and 2. Wow, my 3rd one looks super crazy. I'm gonna lift it and then straighten it. Good. And then check here once you've done your 3rd one. Your 2nd one, you can flatten out. Your 1st one, you flatten out. All 3 kind of flat best you can. And hopefully you feel a really lovely stretch through your forearm right now. Okay, 1, 2, 3, we have 4 and 5. All right. Pick up your finger and then place it back down. And it's so funny because it's like the smallest thing and you're like, well, this has gotta be a lot easier than it looks, but wow, it's a lot of work. Okay, so check your 4 fingers fairly flat. And then we'll do that last one. So pick it up, flatten out best you can. Ooh, this side totally does not want to work with me. Like all the fingers have popped up. If that's the case for you as well, no problem, right? We're going to take our left hand and place it right on top. So you can decide once you have applied that pressure, if you want to stay on top of a couple of digits, you feel like those are the most in need, totally stay in one spot, or you can massage it around. I think some of you have done the whole foot on top of hand massage with me before. And then just notice, I think both sides for me felt pretty terrible, but this side feels worse. And these are just notes that you take in, like observations for me that kind of makes sense. My right arm is just slightly more dominant. I'm using my fingers, I think, a little bit more on this right hand side. So to me, that makes sense. But it's just information that you gather. And maybe you can see if you can use that information to help guide whatever activities you're doing later on in your week. If you notice that you're more right dominant, see if you might be able to switch things up so that your left arm or your less dominant arm takes the load off just a little bit more. Again, easier said than done. All right, so we'll just spend a little bit longer here for 4. See if you can relax your shoulders for 3, for 2, for 1. Good, let's release this left hand. Ooh, did you hear that crack? Release this right hand and let's do a couple of these flicks just of our fingers here. Nice. All right. We'll move on to the other hand once again. It feels fairly relaxed right now. We'll take the top of hand and just place it down to the floor. From here, we're doing, a lot of you have probably done like both at the same time with me. We're doing one hand at a time here. So see if you can find first maybe like kind of a stack. I'm not completely stacked. But once you find that place and it feels okay, if it feels okay, I should say, drop your shoulders down, right? Actively drop your shoulders down. And then keeping your left arm relatively long, see if you can just gently lean back. And if you need some help, you can press your right palm into your left palm to apply some pressure there. Top of your left hand stays on the floor. Good. One more breath. Drop shoulders, open your chest. Nice. And gently release. Let's switch it. So top of right hand, right? Top of right hand goes to the floor. And again, if it feels aggressive, the closer you bring your hand to your legs, it should feel slightly better, right? It's more of a stacked position. You're not applying any weight there. So once I find the relative stack shoulders over wrist, see if I can drop this right shoulder down and then gently lean back as much as I see fit. And again, if you feel like the top of your right hand is picking up off of the floor, I think it's sometimes nice if you can find a good position to use your left hand to help you apply some pressure. And then just check if your shoulder is hiked up once again. Relax them down. And just by relaxing your shoulders down, you might feel that you have a different angle, right? A more of an acute angle toward you. And maybe a deeper stretch as well. We'll spend one more breath here in. And one more out. Nice. All right, let's gently undo. Quick circles of our wrists real quick. And then we'll take our fingers out to the right, to the left. Good. So fingers out to the right, to the left. And from here, so the soft part of our elbows are facing each other, drop your shoulders down. And then just move a little bit left to right, left and right. So you're feeling a little bit of pressure. And then if you can look at your fingers right now, see if they're a little bit popped up. Mine are totally a little bit popped up, but I'm trying to straighten them out best I can. So we're trying best we can to reinforce what we did earlier, which is straightening out our fingers. And let's go a little circle, forward and then back, forward and then back. 2 more, forward and then back. forward and then back. And then reverse your circle. So I'm going counterclock now. For 3, good. For 2, excellent. For 1, nice. Lean back real quick. Switch out your legs. Ball up your fingers, right? Tight, tight fists, right? You do not lose these, guys. Press your knuckles in toward each other. I'm going to slight tilt here. And then tops of your hands, whole top of hand, flat on the floor, keeping your super, super tight grip of your fists, your fingers. So once you're there, I like to lean kind of a lot forward. So I definitely have tops of hands on the floor. Check in with your shoulders again. Mine are totally hiked. Drop your shoulders down. From here, we start to push the floor away with the tops of our hands, and you just double check. You still have all 5 fingers of each hand balled up tightly in your fists. Good, nice, nice. And then you might be going up farther than me. You might be going up not quite as far as I'm going. It's fine, right? Whatever you can do to start to gently, gently straighten out your arms, keeping your shoulders relaxed away from your ears. And also, of course, maintaining the tight, tight balls of your gripped fingers. Nice. Hold right there at your maximum. Hold for 4, keep it active. Hold for 3, you got it. For 2, yes. For 1, gently, gently let go. So nice. All right, from here, we've done kind of the seated position for a while now, so we'll take advantage. We'll simply hinge. Take your hands back behind. Let's give our arms a little bit of a break and hinge forward. And notice how long your spine is, and as you hinge forward, your butt will want to lift up off of the floor. Try to sit it back down. If your hands are no longer functioning here, helping you propel forward, you can bring them forward in front of you instead. And this might actually help us keep our bottoms sunk back low as you extend your arms forward. Maintain your long spine. Open up through your chest. Hinge a little bit deeper. Hold right here. Keep your neck long, so even though you are kind of gazing forward, it's not completely with chin up situation. You are fairly neutral. Reach out through your arms. Good. I'm going to hang back a little bit. Hold right there. 2 breaths. In through your nose. I know you saw way too much of me, my face, my pores. Exhale out through your nose. And keep it very active. So the sides of your body are so, so long. One more time, inhale, lengthen. See if you can crawl your fingers a little bit more forward. Exhale, stay long, breathe it out. Good. So you have your left leg in front of right. Let's just stay low, move these arms over to this right hand side. As you move your arms over to your right, you feel a big stretch down your left. Stay lifted on your right hand side body. Crawl your fingers a little bit more up, a little bit more out. Maintaining the length, of course, down the left side of your body, but not allowing this right side to crunch too much. Good. One more breath here, in through your nose, lengthen. Exhale so you can sit your hips down a little heavier. Good. As you walk your hands back in, you'll simply keep your right hand at your side. Convert this into a side body stretch. So nice long left side body. Reach. Ooh, feels good. Inhale, lift up on your right hand side. Exhale, reach your left arm out a little bit farther. We'll do a couple of things here. Staying kind of leaning over to your right hand side. Take your left palm out and then push back behind like you're swimming back all the way best you can back behind you. Good. And then squeeze your blade. We'll return it by squeezing the blade. Swim it back to where we were in the side body stretch. Good. And again, push your palm out, swim away. Squeeze your left blade. And then return it. Open your chest. Back to the side body. Twice more like this. So take your palm out, go push. And then palm goes up, go return, squeeze your blade. One more time, go, push palm out. Nice. Palm goes up, go return. And then from here, open your chest up toward the ceiling more. Like you're gonna face your chest completely upward, allow your right shoulder to come forward, whatever it naturally does, and then guide your left arm farther back. Hold for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Gently lift yourself up. Really nice. Switch out your legs. Right leg in front of left. Lift up tall. Start to hinge. Top of head through tail. Super, super long line. Hands come back behind, propel yourself forward. If you feel like these arms aren't helping you any longer, they come forward. And then maintain the length as you reach. Extend out through your arms. Feel super long sides of your body. Yes. And notice as you come forward, your butt will want to lift up. I'm exaggerating, but you want to find that opposition, that tractioning. So as you reach forward, your hips sink down heavy. You find that length down both sides of your body. 2 breaths here. On your inhale, see if you can crawl your fingers a little bit more forward, going for your side body, really long, stretchy. Exhale, we melt, long, open chest. Good, do it again, inhale. And exhale. Good. As staying low, start to walk these arms over to our left. So find that deeper stretch running down now the right side of your body. Still your left side not super crunched. Extend out through your fingers. Extend, reach. Good. One more time. Inhale. Reach and extend, lengthen. Good. Keep it real active. I find that huge stretch down my right side body. Yes. All right, as you bring your hands in a little bit closer, keep your left hand down, peek open, you have your beautiful side body stretch. Really allow yourself to lean with the help of your left hand there. Find your side body stretch. One more breath. Lift up on your left hand side. Exhale, reach out a little bit farther. All right, we're staying low. Take your palm, face it out, go push. Really swim it back as best you can. Your biggest range of motion, squeeze your blade. And then keeping open, your palm faces up, swim it forward, squeeze your blade. Yes. Big, big open swim. Good, do it again. Go take your palm, face it out, go push farther back, like you're pushing against resistance of water, let's say. Very, very strong. Yes, and then palm faces up, go squeeze your blade. So nice, twice more. Slow and deliberate, push your palm out, go lift, push, push, push. Squeeze your blade. Nice. And gently bring it forward. Or to the side body, I should say. One more time. Go push your palm out. Squeeze your blade. Nice. And swim it, return to that original place, your side body stretch. Now this is a very subtle difference, right? We're going from this side body stretch now. Open up your chest. So allow your left shoulder to peek on forward. Open up your chest to face the ceiling, and so you can draw your right arm farther back. So it should almost feel like you're moving in like a halfway puppy. Long through chest, long through armpit. One more breath. Good. And then return to that side body stretch. Return back to neutral. So good. From here, let's hinge our way forward and move into a puppy stretch. So knees underneath hips. Start to crawl these hands out away from you. Can hips stay right above knees here. You can even just bring yourself down to your forearms to transition. Maybe this feels good. You let your chest kind of melt through. You can extend your arms as well, puppy. And let your armpits kind of fall a little bit heavier down toward the floor. Whether you want your forehead to the floor or chin to the floor is your decision. Continue to crawl your fingers out. And if this still feels good and you want a little bit more, you can also tent out your fingers so your wrists have some elevation. Hang out here. One more breath in through your nose. One more breath out through your nose. Good. If you tented, return your palms, return your elbows, come onto your forearms, right? So your hips are still above your knees and you're now on your elbows, forearms. From here, keep your right forearm down and we'll lift this left arm all the way up. So it's like you're doing a little twist here, but you're very compressed. Reach your left arm up. Try even farther back. And then let's take this left arm, bend it, thread it just behind your right arm, all the way out to your right. Let your upper body melt to the floor, your head melt to the floor. You can extend your right arm forward, or you can keep it right here close to your face and push the floor away for a twist. All right, so it's up to you what you want to feel. If you keep your hand close to you and don't push, kind of keep it passive, you have a really nice stretch on your left side shoulder. Same thing with your arm extended. Or if you push into your right palm, you have a little bit more of a twist. Totally up to you, whatever feels nice. We'll spend 2 more breaths in whatever place you feel is good for you. In through your nose. Exhale out. One more time, full deep inhale. Exhale out. Good. If your right hand is far away, bring it close to your face. You can push the floor away. And then as you do, we'll just slide this left arm halfway. Ooh, I have like a little cramp there in my leg. All right, so your left arm is now, forearm is now touching the floor. I have this cramp, don't mind me. You'll start to walk this right knee on top of your left forearm. So once you start walking it, you'll just place this knee on top and then roll it around, right, left, forward, back. Good forearm stretch. Take 2 more breaths there. Ooh, I have a nice little cramp situation. It's telling me we got to do some legs. One more breath here, in through your nose. And go out through your nose. All right, I must listen to my body. So once you return your right knee back into kind of both knees flat against the floor, let's lower this left hand down. You're in tabletop. Send your right leg out to the right. Oh, that feels so good. All right, so this is like real life, what is it? Staying flexible, right? Listening to our bodies type of thing. So we were in tabletop. We had this right leg extended. Now face your right toes forward, right? Same direction as your left knee. And then we'll just simply sit our butt down. Good. And then bring our hips back up for the stack. Do it again. Sit, go, down. Yep. And then return to this stack. All right. This time as we sit down, we'll send our right toes to face up toward the ceiling. Good, like a little inner thigh. And then return it, plant it down. Good. One more time, we'll sit it, toes go up, return it. Nice. From this place, start to walk your hands over to your right foot. All right, you're right there. Hang out right there. As far as you can go, I'm gonna try to frame my right foot here. And it's a little bit of an awkward stretch, but let's take 2 breaths here. Inhale, lengthen as you would a halfway lift. And exhale, face your leg. Maybe you can bend your arms, framing your leg. One more time, inhale, lengthen. And exhale, hold. We'll hang out right here for just a little bit longer so you can flatten out your foot a little bit more. Face your right leg a little bit more. Hold for 4. Good. Open your chest. Hold for 3. Hold for 2. Hold for 1. Good. Gently, let's unframe. So we're coming back through center. And let's bring this right leg forward just a hair. Good. Same deal. Let's frame this right leg. So this should feel a little bit more manageable, right? Not quite so aggressively out to the side. We're coming forward, in fact, right? This is halfway, let's say. Flatten out the pinky side of your foot down. Inhale, lengthen. Yes. Exhale, go fold. One more time. Inhale, go lengthen. Exhale, go fold. Yep. And let's gently unframe again. We're facing back to our front. And then bring this right foot forward again. This time just moving directly in front of us. Still our right toes are facing out to the left. It's a little bit awkward. Let's do a couple of hip swings, right and left, right and left. Just a little bit of movement there. For me right now, this is feeling really good just on the outside of my right leg. So after we've done a couple of hip swings here, face your right toes up toward the ceiling. So I'm going through center, and then I'm doing those right and lefts again. I did this kind of aggressive heel hook the other day, and so I've been having a couple of issues just right here in my hamstring insertion area. So I've been trying to be kind of gentle about it. But I think like the movement is actually quite helpful ultimately. Not to go crazy on more heel hooks, but definitely I think moving gently, but still moving, in my opinion, for my body is a little bit better than just not doing anything at all. And that's obviously just injury to injury, case by case basis type of thing. You get a feel for it. All right, let's stop those sways and we'll do a couple of just the flatten and flexes. I'm noticing my spine is a bit rounded here, so I'm gonna I'll do a little bit more lift of my chest and a more tilt of my tail. In this position also, see if you can draw your right hip back more, push your left hip forward more. Just a gentle flatten and flex. Good. And your next flex, hold. We'll take 2 breaths here. Inhale, lengthen. Stick your tail out. Earlier, this was not working for me, so it's definitely improving. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper. Maybe you can bend your arms. Open your chest still with your tilted tail, with your flexed out foot. One more. Inhale, lengthen. Open your chest. Tilt your tail. Yes. And exhale, fold. Good. And then from here, let's sit our bottoms down onto our heel. So bottom down toward heel. So now we don't have to worry too much about balance. Our center of gravity is all the way down. Let's do 2 more breaths here though as well. Turn your pinky toes even back toward you. Inhale, open your chest. Good. Exhale, we fold. Think of sticking your tail out. Still, one more time. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, we fold. Good, really nice. And then gently lift ourselves all the way back up here. Ooh. From here, hands into prayer position. Just a quick one. Send your right leg back in so you end up in a kneeling position. Try without using your hands. Okay, perfect. Let's go back to way back when. Do you remember? I almost didn't. Let's come down to elbows and knees. So like way back when we were on our little puppy situation. So we'll do the other side. This time we keep our left forearm, left hand down, and we'll take this right arm all the way up. Give yourself a twist, and it feels very, very much like you're stopped, right? You don't have much to go, much room to go. That's okay. We'll take one more breath, inhale, lengthen. It feels really funny when you're like, I can't go any farther. And then from here, open your chest, open your chest. Let's bend this right arm and thread it behind our left over to our left-hand side. Remember, you have choices here. If you keep yourself fairly lifted, right? So you just let your shoulder kind of bear some weight and you feel good here. You keep yourself a little bit lifted, a little bit of support in your left forearm, left hand. You should feel a really nice stretch down your right shoulder. But you can also play around with the different options. So here I like the extension of my left arm. I still find that good stretch in my right shoulder. But maybe you're more interested in a twist, right? In which case your left palm coming close to you is helpful to push the floor away and give yourself a really nice twist. Oh, that does feel really good. And depending on like what you feel on this side, yes, we should generally even ourselves out. But if you feel like, I just want to stay in this twist a bit longer, totally do that for yourself. Or if you're like, earlier I twisted and I feel like this, totally do that for yourself. I feel like generally in most classes we're focusing on the symmetry of doing the same thing on both sides, which is so important. So every once in a while though, I think if you just listen to your body, which it might be saying, I want to do something else instead of this, it's okay, right? It doesn't need to be always, all the time, exactly, 1-to-1 ratio. Best we can, but sometimes if our body is saying something else, we listen to our bodies for sure. One more breath here, in through your nose. And exhale out. Good. Your next inhale. Let's bring this left hand close to our face. Push the floor away. And as you glide this right arm along the floor, stop when you're sort of just in front of your knees. Start to walk your left knee on top of your left forearm and do a little bit of a massage here. So this side does not feel that bad to me. Earlier I was like legitimately cramping up. I was like, cannot stay here. But we'll just hang out for 2 breaths. Remember, for this, you can also stay put. You do not have to keep moving, rolling your knee over your forearm. 1 more breath. Good. All right, let's remove this left knee off or back into that tabletop knee to knee alignment. Right hand goes down. Let's send this left leg out to the side. So we're here. All right, nice, gentle, easy. This almost reminds me of a very mild version of like high to low ninja. So we sit our bottoms down and lift back up. And it seems quite basic, but also something as simple as when you look at your left foot, sit, go down. If your left pinky toe pops up, see if you can apply a little bit more weight there, come back up. So that your foot is fairly flat. Good. And this time as we sit down, turn your left toes up to face the ceiling. Oh, that feels good to me. Nice inner thigh. And then gently return it so you're facing your toes back to where you were. And then again, go sit your butt down, your left toes face up, and then notice if your toes are still kind of forward. You want to bring them all the way up, yes, and gently bring yourself back up. Nice. Keeping this position, we start to walk our hands, hey Marcus, over to this left leg. And you might feel like you're stuck a little bit in this position. For me earlier, when we were doing the other side, I also felt like, oh gosh, there's gonna be no way I frame my foot. But sometimes I've been really trying to do this mental practice of just avoiding that I wouldn't call it negative talk. I would call it like self-doubt a little bit. So it's not like I'm being like negative to myself, but there are moments where I'm just like, oh, there's just like no way I would be able to do X, Y, Z. And I think I've been able to do it actually the last couple of times I've been climbing. I was just like, no, you can do it. And it's sometimes does really work in your favor. You surprise yourself. So I encourage you just to try it. Who cares, right? All right. So you have, best you can, a pretty long spine, right? Best you can, as you look at this left foot, it's pretty flat, meaning the pinky toe side is also pretty flat. Take 2 breaths. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, see if you can fold. Maybe you can bend your arms on either side. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Good. Exhale. We fold. Preserve that length as you fold. Nice. And we'll walk ourselves back out of it. Return to our original position. Okay, all we'll do now is just step this left leg a little bit more, kind of halfway between where we were and straight in front of us. And then same deal, really flatten out this left foot against the floor. Maintain your length as you walk your hands to frame your foot. And then again, have confidence just to proceed with the framing of your foot. Open up through your chest and see if you might be able to bend in your arms. Maybe not, right? It might be the case that you're totally up here and that's great. It might be the case that you need maybe some props underneath your hands, and that is great as well. I think like what I've been trying to break myself like habit-wise out of is one, the self-doubt talk, right? Before I've even tried something, I just like, oh, there's no way. One, but also two, being very, very willing to fail. And that's actually been great, because I think if you still go for something when maybe in your mind it is a little bit, kind of farther to go for, like kind of a reach wise or goal wise, I think even those little attempts and your effort that you put into it, just those little attempts, even though you fail, I think you make a lot of progress, right? Your body is like more willing then. Your mind is more willing. So I think all of those things, if you're willing to do it and you're just like, it's okay, I'm just gonna try it, even though it's like quote unquote above my grade or beyond my level, I think it kind of does get yourself a little closer to those places. All right, let's walk ourselves back to our original place, and we'll start to just crawl this left leg directly in front of us. So we're in like a half split situation. All right. So that's not true. We're going to keep our foot flat, but it is going to be in front of us. So toes are still facing out to the right, butt wants to lean out to the left. Let's square ourselves up. All right, from here, again, see if you can maintain all those details. My pinky toe, I notice, loves to come up that side of my foot. See if you can keep it flat as you gently hinge. And we'll spend a couple more breaths here. Inhale, lengthen, open chest. Exhale, fold. It's kind of an awkward thing to look at your foot in this fashion, huh? Inhale, lengthen. It looks quite odd. Exhale, fold. And let's do just a couple of these hip swings, right and left, right and left. Good. Lengthen out through your spine each time. See if you can send your hips back a little bit farther so you can maintain the length in your spine. And then let's bring ourselves back so our toes face up and continue with those hips right and left, right and left. These don't need to be quick, by the way. This is totally, you can linger in whatever spot. If it feels kind of weird or tight or whatever it is, linger totally. Spend some time there. Good. We'll flatten and flex a couple of times as well. Best we can as we're doing this flatten and flex, draw our left hip back. Push your right hip forward so you're fairly square. See if you can stick your tail out a little bit more, lengthen out through the crown of your head more, and give yourself a harder flex each time your toes come back toward your face. Good. Your next flex. Let's hang out there. Inhale. Go open your chest. It's really weird. Your left leg can be like, visually it can look straight, but actually it's like not quite straight. So see if you can more engage your quad and get it straight. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Because if we actually make it straight, I feel like it feels a lot more intense, right? That stretch feels a lot deeper. Good. And then from this place, let's simply sit our bottom down toward our heel. Good. So now we no longer have gravity to contend with. We're kind of just right there, super close to the floor. And we'll do that again. Hinge a little bit deeper. Still in this space, because we have potentially more access, right? Using the help of your hands. See if you can, again, focus on those details. Lengthen out through your spine. Re-straighten this left leg. Flex hard your left foot and hinge a little bit deeper. 2 more breaths. Your arms can go wherever you feel comfortable. Arms in front, arms behind. Whatever you feel good with is great. 1 more breath, lengthen. Exhale, we fold. Good. Wow, that feels so nice. Gently, let's lift ourselves back up. And then see if without the help of your hands, so maybe hands in prayer, you just slip this leg back in. You're in kneeling position. Perfect. All right, we're coming down to a seated position, butt onto the floor. Let's go with this right leg extension here. Take your left foot over your right knee. And from here, we'll just do like a baby stretch. Take your right arm on the outside of your left leg, lift your chest up super tall, and give me a twist. Very mild, very chill. 1 more breath. Inhale, lift, lengthen. Left hand supports you to get taller. Exhale, go twist. Nice. Gently untwist. Okay, here we go for our slightly deeper hamstring stretch. And I like this next one because it just gives us a better understanding of how straight we actually keep our leg, even when we are like, oh no, it's pretty straight. This one will make it straight and we'll really feel how much of a difference there is. So we just get this left knee on top of this right knee, and we'll take this left foot as far back as you can, close with your hip. So I'm gonna do a big cross as far as you can cross up here on your upper thigh, and then get your heel as far over, your left heel as far over toward your hip as possible. And I'm doing this very, very not gracefully. You can feel when you move like not gracefully. Okay, so the thing is, it took me a lot of effort to get my heel here. I don't want to lose it. So I'm going to put my right hand in front to block it from moving, and then square myself up. So I blocked my foot from moving. Square yourself up, meaning do what you need to do so that you're now facing your right leg as square as possible. Flex your right foot back toward your face. From this place, lift up super tall and then find a hinge. You might find that simply having your left leg crossed over your right, your hinge all of a sudden becomes quite a bit more difficult, right? All of a sudden, your right leg is like, no, I don't want to do that. And that's totally fine. For me, I already felt from my heel hook situation, so the last couple of days, this stretch has been quite a bit more difficult for me. But just see how it feels relative to when you do this forward fold right leg on its own without the help of your left leg pressing heavy over. Good, good, good. We'll take 1 more breath here. Inhale, see if you can open up through your chest. Maintain, exhale, go fold a little bit deeper, yes. Nice. Gently lift yourself up. We'll keep this left leg where it is. We'll bend up the right one so this right heel now goes super close to your left hip. Not gonna lie, this is not very mellow. So if this was very aggressive for you already, hang out right here, do that stretch one more time with your right leg extended. If you are, kind of up for maybe trying, bend this right leg. And then for me, I like to, again, place my left hand in front of my right foot so it does not move. I have it blocked. And now I have both feet blocked. And I just want to readjust so that my calf feels like it has more space, my left calf. So I'm just going to hinge forward a little bit, give myself a little bit of a wiggle, and sit back down. Good. And this is more, when I said aggressive, this is more aggressive like hip-wise rather than hamstring-wise, obviously. So maybe you try finding yourself in this position. I think getting yourself in this particular position is more difficult than the actual hinge. All right. So best you can, again, your heels are as close up toward your hips as possible. You're squared up over both legs best you can. And then from here, we hinge. Good. I love it, Kristen. Up for some spice. When you hinge here, see if you can still keep your butt dropped down, right? So the moment I hinged, my butt was ready to lift up. So you can sit it back down. And you can let your chin kind of just rest over. If you feel like your feet will probably not move at this point, or even if they do, it'll be like a very mild kind of movement, you can maybe free out your arms from that blocking position and let your upper body simply press over. We'll spend a couple of breaths here. In through your nose. Exhale out. One more time, inhale in. Exhale out. Good. Gently lift yourself back up. Feels good. Let's unwind this thing. So take your top legs. We want our leg to stay in place so much now. It's like, wait, you want us to straighten out again? Yes, we do. So straighten out this left leg. For me, this is my healthy leg, so we'll see how it goes. My right foot, let's place it just over this left knee. All right, cross. Very mild twist here, right hand close, left arm, wrap it around, very mild twist. Lift your chest up, yes, very tall, and let's go twist. I always like to think of pulling my navel in and then seeing if this belly button will go past my right thigh. Twist, drop your right butt cheek down. And let's gently untwist. Going to that half Gomukhana now. Right knee on top of left knee. Get your right foot as close to your left hip as possible. And maybe just because this is kind of hip-y stuff, it's immediately apparent which side is more willing than the other. I can already tell this side is a little bit more willing than my previous side. So flex hard your left foot. Once you're there, square up, right? Best you can. Drop your right butt cheek down. Lift up nice and tall. You have the heaviness of your right leg over your left as you gently hinge. And this, if you don't feel much difference between this and your regular forward fold without the heaviness of your opposite leg over, then that is really good. That means you've really kept a really long leg this entire time without the help of your other leg forcing you down. So that's really awesome. For me, this one feels actually not so bad. So maybe for me, it's just like the not so healthy side right now is just feeling doubly not so great. But this one actually doesn't feel terrible. It doesn't feel like I'm cheating my straight left leg that much. It feels kind of comparable. Good, let's take 2 more breaths. See if you can inhale, open your chest again, lengthen out through your crown. Exhale, go fold. One more time, inhale, lengthen. I think really as you fold deeper, that's when you kind of get the feel of difference. Fold. When you fold deeper, you now no longer have the option of really bending your left leg as much. All right, inhale, let's gently lift ourselves up. Keeping our right leg in place, we'll simply bend up our left one. So, left heel close. Ooh, I am cramping all over the place. Left heel close to your right hip. And let's see if we can square up. So, my left hand is helping me to block this right foot. And again, this side, I feel like I don't need as much blockage. I'm already kind of square. My feet don't really want to escape from this position. All right, if you need any adjustment of your calves, I have these massive calves. I need to like wiggle them around a little bit. But once you have a good situation where you have knee stacked on knee, find your gentle hinge. Again, maybe your butt immediately wants to lift up off the floor so you can stay square. And really allow yourself to feel that good stretch, right side hip. If you don't need your hands, totally bring them forward. For some reason, I thought that this side would be more willing, but I feel this pressure of my right foot wanting to escape the cage of my left hand. So I'm gonna keep my hands here for right now and just hang out in this position. Let your upper body go heavy. You don't have to worry too much about a super, super long spine. Just let your upper body go heavy over your legs. I'm gonna try it now, free out my arms. Okay. 2 breaths here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Gently lift yourself back up. And then free out these legs once again. Let's take ourselves into straight legs in front of us. Nice little regular conventional forward fold. So remember all those sensations that we felt with one leg crossed over, and see if we can maintain that with both legs. So send energy out through your heels, hands close back with your base, lift your chest up super tall, long spine, and then gently hinge. Continue to flex hard through your feet. Notice if your knees pop up, they bend. Continue to send your heels almost out and up. Engage through your strong quads. And if you don't need your hands any longer, you can reach for something. Remember, toes are not necessarily like the best, right? You can grab onto something else and that might give you more leverage to pull. So toes are certainly an option, feet are certainly an option, but if you feel your arms are super outstretched and you're unable to leverage your arms, it might be better actually to hold onto calves or ankles or a closer area so that you can use your arms to help pull yourself in a little bit closer. Good. Let's hang out here in a more active position for 4. Yes. For 3. Yes. For 2. For 1. And then let your upper body simply melt over your legs. If you're like me, my head does not touch any part of my legs. And if you don't like this position, right, with your head dangling, totally grab a prop and just place it underneath you. It's no big deal. I think I'm kind of okay with my head just dangling here. So I'm going to let it be. Let your head hang, though, wherever you are, right? Our head is super, super heavy. So just giving it permission to rest, to do nothing at all is huge. See if you can let your shoulders relax a little bit more, your arms relax a little bit more. We'll take one more breath in through your nose. Exhale out through your nose. Now very slowly, let's roll ourselves all the way back up. Take your time. And keeping your eyes closed here. Once you get into an upright position, your hands can be wherever they feel comfortable being. I'm just going to place my hands on my lap. Take a couple breaths in through your nose, eyes closed. You can let your feet relax if that feels better. Exhale out. One more time, inhale in. Exhale, give me a slight tuck of just your chin toward your chest. Your next inhale, roll your head over to your left. And take it all the way back, nice and easy. Head over to your right shoulder. Chin toward your chest. Your next breath, start to roll your head over to your right shoulder. Check your shoulders are fairly relaxed. Let your head roll back. Head to your left shoulder. Chin eventually back toward your chest. Your next inhale, bring your chin back up into neutral. Exhale it out. One more time, full deep inhale. Exhale it out. Good. Your next inhale, open your eyes. Well done today, nice and chill. Hopefully that little bit, I know we did some finger stuff very early on. I think that one we just need to give ourselves some time. So don't worry if your fingers felt very poppy. Mine certainly did. We'll maybe do that like the next couple of sessions just so that we make sure these fingers are nice and healthy for us when we're on the wall, off the wall, in life. Thanks for joining me this evening. Good to see you. And take some time for yourself this evening before we head on to Scary Monday. We do have a 9 a.m. core starburst tomorrow, so would love to see you then. Otherwise, remember, everything is saved, so go ahead and check that out at your own convenience. Good to see you, Scotty. I'll see you next time, my friends. I know, we always add some spice, Molly. You guys got to keep me accountable. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye, my friends.